telling you the kind that she typed. They was the kind that I gotta stay away from. Trust me, I already know. Oh, okay. Look, they getting ready to start the taping, so I'm gonna send you the link when we do our thing. After we finish our thing.
I need
All
to.
right, text me when you make it to the house. All right. Okay.
The tape, man.
I know, right?
Come on. Yeah. Mic check, mic check. I got a I got one over there.
Testing. Can you hear me?
Mic check, mic
Yeah, I can
check.
hear you
You hear
good.
me? Okay.
I can hear you
Hear me?
good.
Microphone checker.
And the ear. Do y'all have earplugs or no?
Right here.
Hey, he told y'all got earplugs? I said y'all got earplugs in there.
Okay, this is left.
You got tequila?
Hey, truth is, truth does, and truth was.
Hold on, don't make me laugh too hard.
Yeah, hey. Your shit ring? Hey, 1 2 1 2. What is you gonna do when the greatest hop out?
One, right?
When he
Are
come
they
for
in
you?
two? Okay, so how many do you have?
What? I got two.
Okay, you got two. How many do you have?
You finna be in rare form, dog. You finna be in rare form. Hey, we're gonna be talking about sensitive topics. So, but that never matters
What?
anyway. I'm just fucking around.
I want to prop the door so you can get back in.
Or can somebody walk her to the front and wait till she come in? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Ooh.
Watch it, see.
It's okay, girl. They got
Yeah,
it.
T about to take it down.
Am I ashy? I'm
Uh-uh.
not ashy, am I?
Be careful with that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I was just yeah, right there. That's good.
Yeah, we out here
And we
letting
going
these
live
people
through on
special thanks.
we going live on my channel, right? Okay.
Hey, if you owe me some money, don't even worry about
Little
paying that shit
test,
back,
making sure
dog.
everything's good. Okay, cool.
Take it to your mama. She gonna need it to bury your bitch ass.
Damn. God damn. Hold on. That shit is funny as hell, dog. He say what he saying over here. He just I'm listening to both of y'all. What? So do
Fresh
you.
cut beard.
So-
Okay, child God.
Oh, she over tonight.
Yo,
She
oh, listen, I'm on 1,000
yeah,
tonight.
yeah. I
she
feel
ready.
Count to five. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro,
I
cinco.
told you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Five.
1 2 3 4 5.
1, 2. Did you get me? 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No problem. This is what. Oh, wait, are we taping?
Yeah, we on we
Are we
recording.
live right now?
We just doing we testing, right?
We're testing, but
Okay, because what I'm about to say. Yeah, I think I heard it differently, but I did it tonight.
Yeah, we out here.
And we going live through on the we going live on my channel, right? Okay, cool.
Take it to your mama. She gonna need it. She over tonight.
Tres, cuatro, cinco.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It sounds I got levels from all of them, but I feel like maybe it's because of how he talking. He talking right on his mic. I think that's what it is. Can you cut bro up though? I don't know if they need to get cut up or just talk directly in there. Only he's coming out like perfect. Oh, check it out.
That shit is funny as hell. What are you saying over here? He just, I'm listening to both of y'all. What?
She over tonight.
I think she might be too far.
Yeah.
T ready.
Or maybe cut the gain up. Count to 5. Hold on, this the 5. This the 5.
Tres, cuatro, cinco.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, you want to do it? Yeah, we'll do one more. Got you. That's a big 10-4.
That's crazy, dog. And it's a great day to do this. Yeah. One, go one.
1, 2, 3.
4.
Oh.
I think I heard like a little.
1, 2.
Oh, it's fucking backwards, dog.
Was that? Did I do that?
No, go speak it to
1, 2, 3.
it. It's front. It's up front.
Okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah.
Teach, you ordered the pizza already? They texted me already. The kids texted me. Teach, you ordered the pizza?
Tracy. Miss T.
Oh, you mind doing the 5 count one time, please?
Oh, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No problem.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You over here and here. You in the wide and you over here.
Okay.
And then this is like gonna, like, this catches he and I having a conversation.
So I'm over here.
Yeah, you over there, and then you in the wide shot.
What's the wide shot? Which one is that?
This is the center shot.
This one? Okay.
I can't have no liquor, so it's so funny. It's like really like, damn, you really on liquor? Because we
Oh, you
typically.
can't really?
I can't have no liquor.
Wow. For like how long?
It might need to be a lifetime thing.
No, seriously.
I'm serious too. Yeah, man, and digestive, like you can't, like that gallbladder is very important to that.
Really?
So I get the drinking, yeah, man, your liver gonna just work overtime. I'm not saying like,
Right.
you know what
But
I'm saying?
still.
You might catch a nigga with a shot, but
What made you have to get it taken out?
I've been having gallstones,
Oh, okay.
and I knew it, but it was just like, it was like in the time when I had some time off too. I just went and ate. And I knew, I was like, damn, I shouldn't be eating this. I ate it. And it was just a gradual thing over time. That shit just, it's almost like I felt it. It's the worst thing to know something's about to happen, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got inflamed. And it got so bad to the point right here. Yeah. Man, it was like, I got to a point where I was like, I need to get to the emergency room. So I drove myself. And I just was, when I got in there, I was like, let's get this shit on the road. Because I need that pain I need the pain medication. It hurts. Like, we're trying, dog, they take their fucking time. Dog. They were like, we're taking our time to get, but I was already in the system information and all that. And then they took me to the back, and I was just, I was waiting for that IV. Like, give me that IV. And they gave me morphine.
Did they?
Let's go ahead and roll. I'm gonna just lead in. You know, I usually talk, and I'm gonna say cue up the just my phone right there.
Oh, wow. And you know what? Because of that, like I see a different character coming through.
Well, I mean, I was that shit just had me. We taping? We good. Let's roll. Okay. That shit just had me. I was just doubled over, like, oh. And then so they gave me the morphine. The morphine didn't work.
The morphine didn't.
That's
work?
when I knew. I was like, oh, it's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That shit coming out. I said, cause I'm like, what'd you give me? I asked, but I'm like, damn, what'd you give me? It's like 2 hours. I'm still like, oh. I'm like, he said, I gave you morphine. It didn't work. I'm like, no, it didn't work. So I knew then. So the surgeon or the doctor, emergency doctor that night was just like, hey, look, we ran the X-rays, whatever. We see what it is. You knew what it was too. She's like, what'd you eat? I was like, something bad. She was like, I know you did. Like they was just like, we know. Like, what'd you eat? All right, surgeons, what'd you eat? What'd you eat? What'd you eat? We live in Houston.
What did you
eat?
Spiciness too. I ate a Grand Slam sandwich from Denny's with fries.
Dang, the Grand Slam did it?
Yeah, dog.
Oh,
I thought bro was about to say 3 chili hot dogs with jalapeno.
Right.
Well, if we're being honest, since I've been on the show every Friday, I mean, we have a liquor sponsor.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. I'm just eating poorly, and it was just something over time. It just got me. So then they saw that they elected for like, hey, this your second time having this. You need to go ahead and just get this out. And I was like, I don't know how it's gonna affect work. I'm like, nah, this is really gonna affect work. So they did that, and the surgeons thought they was like, hey, you got this hernia that's here too. We're gonna fix that too. I was like, shit,
more money. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they went ahead and did that. It was good. It ended up being a great hospital stay. To be honest, it wasn't terrible. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I knew that. So diet change. I've never really been. Well, I have in the past been a big liquor drinker, but now is just the time to say, nah, get it up, do more water. But I was able to, at least get my checkup. Blood pressure's good. Go ahead, ask me anything. Everybody's in the conversation too.
I'm like, damn,
Nah.
Did you drink a lot of water like during that time, like the last 5 years or some shit?
Nah, I've been
consuming a lot of water. Or no?
Nah, I hadn't been drinking the water that I needed to drink. And surprisingly, I'm like overall healthy. They was like, oh, you're overall healthy. Just that gallbladder is bad, but diet's bad. I do have cholesterol issues. So, I mean, at 40, I'm addressing that. I know that I need to be like on my health. So it's just just a whole different thing, man. You just got to take care of yourself. So, and don't be afraid of the emergency room. Don't be afraid of the doctors. Don't be afraid of any of that. You know what I'm saying? We live, and I ain't introduced nobody. So we're going to have to introduce everybody. We're going to have to get into this whole exciting ass topic that we got. Can we cue up the song? Can we cue up the theme music? Let's get it right this time. Sound like old, snobbish white dude.
Hey, now you gonna ride me?
No, the one with Sonny. Play that one. Yeah, I feel like that's the one. I like.
Yeah, hey man, is you working?
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it? Ain't nothing coming through his headphones?
He's gonna be more consistent. And he'll keep going. Every day I burn exotic, yeah, you know that takes some paper. When they get to changing up, I move around and keep
cord might not be plugged up.
niggas putting selfies up. I
It
rather
don't matter.
never
Hey,
see my
while we getting that
niggas
technical
screaming
difficulty
love you,
figured out,
buzz.
we gonna be vibing. We
My
just in the
biggest
vibe.
haters understand.
Yeah, go get your health check.
When we get to talking,
gotta get
told me
yourself checked
she
out,
was
man.
coming through. I had
You have to remain to be healthy,
I know she
eat better,
fucking when she suck it. I
drink
start
water.
making faces. Then she leave cause we just friends, and that's the part of never change. I get emotional. Yeah.
Hey, she almost treated that like it was what you call that?
I'm
When
having
you broke it,
motion.
and she said,
Yeah. Miss T finna be on one.
Yeah, water is important.
You know I'm getting
I
emotional.
have to say water is important.
Hey, Nabu Grizzly here. We live, right?
Oh, we live, man.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to the Rayo family. Sending my prayers. Shout out to my boy Luke, his wife Danielle, their oldest son Kobe. They lost their youngest 10-year-old son
Yeah, we
yesterday.
gonna turn that all the way down there.
They lost their 10-year-old son yesterday. And man, I woke up this morning, I seen it. Somebody had called to tell me, but I was sleeping. Then I woke up and seen it, and man, it kind of threw me off the whole day. I just want to send my prayers to their son, Caden. They got a son. I got a son named Caden too. they son Caden Ray, he 10 years old, he passed away, he got sick and he passed away within days. So may the Lord bless his soul and just keep them in prayer, man. That's a lot right there, bro.
We in agreement with that too, man. Sending
Absolutely.
condolences to the family, man. That is, I don't know what that's like to lose a child. I've heard that losing a child before you leave Earth is one of the worst things that you could possibly go through.
I,
So
I was 17, my 12-year-old brother died. I know how I was telling my old lady, I was like, they used to be such an intricate part of my life to where I used to break down my life, like my life before my little brother died, my life after. That's like a life changing event, especially for the parents, bro.
right.
I watched my mama and my daddy just kind of like, especially my mama, it took so much of a toll on the whole family, bro. But like that was a lot. So I can only imagine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a lot. I don't think I ever. That's still to this day like one of them things. You feel me? We lost a lot of people since then, but
Right.
that was a lot, bro. So I kind of know when you lose them kids, bro. It's not even nothing you can really tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like so, God bless them, bro. God bless them for real.
That's definitely.
I think this is maybe not the best segue, but I do want to get into this boycott.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's today. It happened today. So the boycott. First off, I didn't know what boycott they were talking about because a lot of times I'm just not tuned in enough to news to even know what's actually happening because there's so much going on social media.
Mm-hmm.
But I just was like, okay, y'all boycotting everything because these DEI rollbacks. But Al Sharpton has this, I guess he has charged away
Mm-hmm.
to be the leader for having this boycott where, targets a list of places that we're going to boycott for a day, for today, not yesterday. Yesterday, you can go buy whatever you needed. Maybe it was encouraged. Today, no spending. And then tomorrow, whatever, hey, I mean, you can finally go in there. So today, we're going to, see if this really made an impact. What do y'all think about that?
Okay, so and we talked about this on the voice note, right? Okay, here's the thing. I don't think boycotting is a bad thing. So let me start there, because I think like I when I think back on our history as African Americans, that what was solidified our voice, right? Marches, boycotts, speeches, and I totally get that. This is 2025. And the population, for one, has grown so much since then. Okay. Now you have more companies, like we talked about, that are sister companies, companies. This is not like when it was when Reliant Energy monopolized the market and the Houston Chronicle monopolized the the media realm. It was like one entity. So when you boycott that one entity that provides what the consumers want, yes, I feel like it's more effective. Now we're talking about 2025. And I don't want to, because I know it's probably going to be like, oh, well, you this and you that. I'm not saying I don't agree with it, but my thing is it logical? Because if you're trying to prove a point, what point does that prove from one day? On top of the fact, when we were boycotting, that was the ultimate sacrifice. That meant if I had to walk 15 miles to work, I'm gonna walk 15 miles to work. How many months? It doesn't even matter. I walked 15 miles to work for 6 months and until they finally got it. Whereas now it's just like you want us to do it one day, but the day before, we're going to mass rush and buy all of these things or to get everything that we need. So we've actually gotten what we needed for the next day, the day in which we went. And then another thing is consistency. You have to, again, in order for it to be effective, you have to be consistent. It can't just be one day. It can't be one day a month with as many people that we have now with the population and how much money people spend. Like, no, to me, that doesn't make any sense. And furthermore, here again, do you know how old I was when I found out? I think does Coca-Cola make Fanta? Yeah. Do you know how old I was when I found out Coca-Cola was the parent company of Fanta?
How old were you?
I don't know. I 20 something.
You was grown, right?
Yeah, I
right,
was grown.
Right.
And so that leads me to another lens, and that is, do we really know the partnership between parent companies and sister companies? And so, okay, you don't want me to
Answer
spend
in short, fuck no.
no. So you don't
We
want
don't
me
know.
to you don't want me to spend my money here. That's fine.
Right.
But you want me to spend my money here. Well, okay.
Right.
Well, little do you know, that's a sister company of this company.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not spending my money at that particular location for that day, but it's still going in the same bank. It's almost like cars. Toyota, then you have the luxury Lexus. Honda, you have the luxury Acura. Well, guess what? We're not going to buy any more Acuras.
I think a lot of what's happening though, and I'm gonna pass this off to you too. I think a lot of what's happening is we are not just living in an echo chamber, we're also following each other based off feeling. So it feel like, hey,
always.
if what are we doing? Oh, we are boycotting Walmart for a day. That's gonna show them that my black dollar matters.
No,
and it's like,
no.
you can't, as Javon Clark said, you can't even measure that. Like, how we gonna measure what's actually happening? Well, we're not. To your point, is we're not really even molded mentally, already emotionally for any type of real revolutionary activity
because the sacrifice is too great.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They got us too much. We too deep in the rat race. I remember being in Walmart right after Valentine's Day, and I was with my son. I was like, man, wait a minute, they got Easter stuff up. I Googled Easter ain't till April 20th, and it was like February the 15th.
Right.
I was like, they got us all. It's always something to buy. It's always something to purchase. It's always trying to keep up with a certain lifestyle. It's like they got us in a rat race. We buy stuff every day that we don't need. So trying to tell people, hey, don't go buy, it's hard because it's too much. It's a part of life. But with that said, Al Sharpton said, oh, such and such roll back to DEI. Then he did the thing at Costco. Like what? Like, and then ironically, you make the point about the parent and the sister companies. Like, all right, let's not make these white people rich, but let's make these white like we not. It's just something to do. Like you said, it was just a feelings thing. It just sounded like it was something good. I seen somebody on Facebook post said, y'all got to do it. Stand for something. I just be like, man, what the? Like, hey man, leave me alone, man. Like, stand. Some motherfucker said, stand for something. I'm like, okay.
And then when you give them the logic behind it, then it's something wrong with you.
Yeah. Like, we've really confused what cooning is. We have confused what it means. It's like, again, we in 2025, as you pointed out, we're still, using the character names wrong of Uncle Tom and Sambo because we haven't really read the book, Uncle Tom's Cabin. We are just taking a bunch of information and mixing it up and applying it everywhere the chips may fall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's a weird space to be in right now, trying to educate people on what's really happening and what's really going on. Right. And we see this with posts. Like I took so we got a group chat. Everybody out there in TV land, we got a group chat. We have a panel chat because we got to talk about stuff, right? So we're talking about the upcoming topics. And you brought up the hair care industry, which we totally forget about. And so making that point of, first off, after you said that, I looked this up. Like, South Koreans, I believe, are the primary Asian group, and it may be a few other that have 80% stake in black hair care industry, and we only have the other small percentage of it. And we've seen how we've had some Asian on black hate. I'm making a point, not trying to recycle any hate, but it's like, why haven't we thought of, okay, we don't like how someone who isn't a part of the culture treats us since they not like us, you know what I'm saying? So why don't we enter into this industry and only patron black establishments? We know that black business has a long way to go, but I'm just saying, we never think in terms of this. Because when people when I got on TikTok and I was like, hey man, I'm not boycotting anything. Point me to the most racist establishment and I'm gonna go purchase something today, because we really aren't even thinking about what we should really be boycotting, like what issues we should take up. We just don't have that. And Al Sharpton, why Sharpton? I don't want to see no perm. Is that a just for me? He got a just for me kid.
The Al Sharpton and the Jesse Jackson, that shit out, bro. We not even like the Al Sharpton, the Jesse Jacksons, the new age, the Barack Obama. Hey, bro, we've had enough of this. Hey, just leave us alone. Leave me alone, bro. Like we get it. With the gig is up, nigga. Whatever the fuck. Like we like come on, bro. Knock it off, bro. By y'all means, knock it the fuck off. Al Sharpton couldn't lead me to the fucking buffet line if he said, hey, they got the best burgers right there. I'm a burger eating nigga. Like you couldn't do that. Like bro already didn't showed you that he working with them people. He's compromised. That's the new word we're gonna use. When somebody do something, they're compromised.
When we just talking about this earlier.
Yeah, he's so it's so many. We got so many people compromised that we be listening to. Like, bro, he's compromised. It's clear as day. And like you said about people calling you a coon, people really every day we get on the internet and we debate people, and people think I'm a person. If I see something that's untrue, I wouldn't care if it was about the devil. I'm gonna be like, hey, that's not true. That's not facts, bro. That's a lie. People. Oh, you defended Trump. And I'm like, hey, listen.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, you a coon. You a coon. I say, hey man, you think your love for the other white man somehow makes you more of a black state than I am? I don't fuck with none of them.
You're right.
But you will run behind the other black man. Somebody came on my post today and was talking about how Trump and JD Vance talking to the dude from Ukraine. And I was like, dawg, we just seen the Zoom call with Joe Biden talking to all them black people, telling them they ruining the country. And I was like, dawg, you had nothing to say, but that just goes to show, and I'm all over the place, that goes to show you about the narrative. How the narrative about he bad, he good, he against us, he for us, and once people get that in their mind, the truth don't stand a chance.
I think specifically for black people, and I'm taking this talking point from Yvette Cornell, is that we have to be an agenda-based group of people. We have to be swing voters. We can't be all the way right because a lot of it just doesn't aid us or, help us in any way. And I just don't think being extremely left, this neoliberal, these neoliberals we have, and we talked about last show, I think that's just far more dangerous.
Way more.
I think it's just like they are changing our entire schema. These psychological, well, she's a psychology major. That is a very dangerous thing to play with. I can deal with racism because we've dealt with it before. We know what to do. When we get sick and tired of being sick and tired, we be ready to jump off the porch on, what I'm saying, with whoever we got to. But I don't know how to deal in a world that is going to be shaped in a way where we don't know what genders we are. Like we could be anything. Like that becomes a weird world to start, and just mixing up what the family is, what the family looks like. That's just weird from the start.
I'm going to tell you why it's way more dangerous on the left, because the left is pretty much telling you that your family isn't important. The left is trying to convince your woman that she don't need you and she shouldn't be with you. The left is making men from our demographic very much more women-like. And I'm not even talking about somebody a transgender, nothing like that. I'm talking about grown men full of testosterone who react like women in any case. And we see this every day when we having these simple conversations and they go left because somebody say something emotional, call a name. That is left wing. That when we having conversations and somebody responds to you and it's like sassy, you be like, hey, come on. Like, hey, because I'm like, when men do that, I be like, hey, come on. I don't deserve that sassy you giving me.
Right.
That's left wing shit.
Right.
Like the left has feminized the black man. The left has made the black woman masculine. The left is telling y'all need to be together. The left is telling your daughter, hey, you should sleep around. Liberate yourself. The left tells you so much shit Like it's not to me, it's not even close, and it's crazy because every day I get on Facebook and I look at my memories and I see how fucking far left I was with my ideology, not knowing this shit was going on.
Right.
Cook, bro, cook.
um, I've also said this too. And shout out to Greatest American Alive for even giving some of these talking points that I agree with.
Mhm.
But this is something that I even truly just have thought for a long time. Black people are much more conservative. We say this all the time. Like in belief, we are much more conservative. I think when you take us to an extreme left area, that is out of our habitat. You know what I'm saying? It's very anti-American to us because again, the only really culture we've learned from has been the Anglo-Saxon. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I feel like when politicians are attaching themselves to that like movement and moving us along and hurting us to where they want us to be, and you have black people ahead of that, like you said, they've been compromised. That is so egregious to me because it's like, hey, I don't mean to keep picking on Jasmine Crockett, but Jasmine Crockett has just not gone away. She is there. She is there. She is there. She has become the bullhorn for the Liberal Party. Charlemagne the God said that he feels like she's one of the best voices over there. I'm like, what? How? How is she one of the best voices over there when she knows exactly what we're talking about with like, okay, so I saw this clip where she was talking about the DOD. I believe it's DOD that's getting all, which is true. The Department of Defense gets a lot of money, a lot of the budget. And she was talking about, they've never been able to pass an audit.
Mhm.
But you're not acknowledging the stuff that we found out about this USA thing that we don't understand that your party keeps getting attached to. We want y'all to address y'all. We want y'all to, we know what Trump has told you over and over and over and over and over again what he planned to do. So we already knew what was going to happen with Trump. Great. Why doesn't the Liberal Party say we need to really just revamp? I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be more, if that party intends to be reignited again, they have to become like the old Democrats, which were actually kind of conservative.
Mhm. For which so far left, yeah.
Yeah, they've got to get some masculinity back over there. They got to get men with nuts who can say, we don't like this. We don't want to participate in that. I mean, that's really the only way that they come back. Because I feel like one of the things that's been happening online consistently is that people are complaining like out of the wazoo. It's like anything you say, you're being attacked. Like this is what the white man feels like with racism. I'm just gonna be honest. We hate to say that, but it's like, damn, everybody's accusing me of being racist. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of feel like anything that you say that's conservative in nature, everybody's trying to put this label on you and accuse you of being something.
Mm-hmm. Of course, that's how it's set up. That's how it's set up. That's that lack of foundation and definition in your actions. Like that's how it's set up. You're just supposed to go along with everything. You're supposed to forgive and just kind of let all bad behavior flow and if you're not with it, you somehow that's fine. Me personally, I'll be whatever. I just don't. I just see the poison in it. And we talking about your girl. Who one of y'all put in the group chat where?
Hey, Sosa, can you hand me that phone? My bad, Quinn. I wasn't trying to
yeah,
cut
you good. Somebody said, ask her, say, Jasmine, what do you think about Elon Musk? She said, fuck off. What would you? I'm like, dog. This is I was like, dog. This is an elected official, bro. I was like, wasn't y'all just talking about Orange Man for saying she? Like, what are we doing? Nah, bro. If you went if you went to a school and you heard a teacher or administrator talking like that, you'd be like, she unprofessional.
Absolutely.
If you went to a hospital and heard a doctor talking like that, you say he unprofessional. There's not many places you can go and a professional could talk like that and you wouldn't think that they weren't qualified. So how is it that we have an elected official, a very rich one at that, able to do this and it be okay? That's how you know we don't stand for shit like the person on the Facebook said. When I said I'm not scorecard, said stand for something. We ain't standing for shit. Like this is our elected official. Dog, I know I talk that talk. I say whatever at any time. When I'm at work, I don't talk like that, gang. I'll be like, nah, let me just kind of clean it up a little bit. Let me watch what I say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to make nobody uncomfortable. I know I can be strong willed with my opinion. I don't talk like that. She sound like, you know what she sound like? She sound like Pac at the end of Hit 'Em Up. So pretty soon she gonna say, Donald Trump, I'm gonna hit you with the 4-4, make sure all your kids don't grow. She that close, boy. She's that close. Like, what the fuck?
Hey man, she really ratchet, bro. Like she is ratchet beyond. Listen, bro. I have a confession. I want to make this confession on the Charm Hour. In my heart of hearts, there's a special place in just right in here, tucked inside of my rib cage for hood rats. I actually like them.
He said this before.
I'm highly attracted to them. Like Sexy Red.
I knew you was gonna go.
It's one of those things like I don't want to tell anybody. Because I love rat. Maybe is it because I'm from South Park? I don't know. But I love a little bit of ratchetness. I do. However, it's a place for it, man. It's like I don't. To your point, I think I said this last time we were together. I talked about characters, caricatures. Is that the proper term for it? These black caricatures of like how they saw us. Like, man, get out of that kitchen, Tom. It's like this way we talk, that they perceive us. And that's what I feel like she is to me. And it's
Saquon.
like, that's what Saquon, come here, Saquon. But it's like, dog, soon we heard that nigga Saquon name. We was like, he's just got that name, dog. Saquon in there. But it's like, I don't think we should be exemplified in that manner. I just don't. And then my flag goes up when I know what you're representing. It's like, wait a minute, you sounding like big, like, you know, come on, sugar, sit on down. We love something about that black mama voice. Ooh, baby, it's a pot of beans on that stove. It make us feel good.
And the character, and I think, I don't know for a fact, they was like, she from the suburbs, she went to a private school. I was like, wait a minute. If that's true, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this character she tapping into? Come on, bro. Like, listen, I was born that night, but it wasn't the night before last. So you can't fool me, bro.
You talking about that Republican dude that kind of brought that out because I think she had somebody, the Republican, finna run against her, and he kind of sounded like he dropping some science. But he said that he was like, she's actually privileged. I'm like, and I haven't looked into this. I'm like, she's privileged.
Nah. I understand what he's saying, but here's the thing: that's in her. She's still a sister. That's in her. Look, no, I mean, at the end of the day, that's still in her. Okay, so I'm still a sister. Yeah. I grew up in South Park, but I went to a good middle school. I graduated from HSPVA. I went to excellent colleges. I have a good career.
Hold on, what college you went to?
University of Houston and University of St. Thomas.
But look, you said you grew up in South Park.
Right.
Now, what would you think about her if we were saying, I don't know, she was like in Cinco Ranch or something like that, nice big house, private school. Would you feel like she should still be acting that way?
If that's all she knew, no. Because if that's all she knew, like you've only grown up in those areas, then I feel like you're pandering.
Well, that's what we're investigating. We want to know because this is all like we have to, you know.
No.
We live in the age.
Listen, I thought that once before, but when she made that comment about Elon, I said, "Oh, she's a sister."
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm starting to look at her like I look at like Derek Jackson, all them. It's like I'm like it hit me like it hit me like a while back. I was like they get the black woman to get in front of the TV and kind of play that role of like the intimidating verbal. You know how you know how you got a stiff woman, how she could be. I was like, they do that. Damn, they good, bro. They good. We got to give it to them. They good. They are the most manipulative motherfuckers on earth to even think about, let's put a black woman in the front of this thing and let's have her verbally castrate the opponent and just say stuff. And she's educated. She's not stupid. Clearly.
Nah, she's not.
She's highly educated. She's not ugly. You feel me? So we could market that. You feel what I'm saying? it kind of hit me like, oh, I see what they doing.
They did the same. They did the same thing with Carnell X. Think about Carnell X. You know, he's always the one that's in the forefront. Turn yourself in. Come on. You know you was wrong. We're gonna give you an opportunity. Gotcha.
Right.
And then the next one. So I think that happens a lot. But yeah, we look up to those people. Now that's an oxymoron. So if they're for the other side, but we look up to them, so what does that say about ourselves? What is the ideology behind that?
Well, we the easiest people on earth to fool. Like
I've said that too.
Manipulate black people. It's like it got to be like the easiest shit on earth to do.
All you got to do is entertain.
Yeah, entertain. Make them feel good. I could never challenge you. Never challenge you.
Oh no!
Don't you dare challenge a black person. Don't you challenge them to be better. Don't you challenge whatever they thought. You just gotta kind of pat them on the back, walk them down. It's almost like walking the cow to the slaughterhouse. Like, come on, you good. It's a sign say slaughterhouse, but hey, it's all right. You all right. It was good.
Is it some strawberry soda and fried chicken over there?
They get us every time.
And $40.
They're not gonna like that, dog. They're not gonna like that.
Come on, gang.
You know, there are people that will listen to this and confuse us with who they think we are. No offense to Candace Owens. I really like Candace Owens. But she and us, we aren't the same. I love Candace, and I have a lot of views that I agree with her on. There are certain black people in that space that I'm like, hey, I agree with them. But what we're talking about ain't the same, because a lot of times, even with Candace, there's a white element involved. She's married to a white man. But what we're talking about is like pointing out to like, hey, look at how easily led astray. We have to go to someone like Candace Owens. We have to go to these people that have some conservative ideology to kind of wake you up from this slumber that you've just fallen into.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Even again, kind of taking it back to this boycott, because that's the theme of this, is not even questioning it and willing to argue and debate others for saying that they won't participate. And then you confuse it with, oh, some people just, you know, I saw somebody make this comment. I'm not going to even say who this is because I do respect this person, great person. And he's not the only person that's made this comment, but we somehow think that boycotting Target for a day is the same as escaping slavery. It's like, it's not
that's not even a comparison.
You know, many of y'all Harriet Tubman would have left behind. Many of y'all in any revolt would probably be screwed over. There's not a lot of us that are willing to go the mile.
When people say, yeah, Harriet Tubman, what they say, Harriet Tubman shot somebody, Harriet Tubman would have left you behind. Dog, do y'all realize that y'all are the niggas that go tell on that Turner? Y'all are the niggas.
Right.
That liberals, y'all the niggas. Y'all the niggas that are stuck like glue to those white people.
Right.
Like, it's not niggas like me.
Right.
We not.
Right.
It's not. I don't think they understand. I think that they got to confuse a little backwards when we be discussing these things like, oh yeah, you fighting for those. Those not, bro, listen. I'm smart enough to know, dog, if I got beef around the corner and I got beef in my house, I probably need to handle the beef in my house because I might not make it around the corner. And in order for me to win that war I got going on around the corner, I need the motherfuckers in my house, so I need to get it straight. All this I've never, again, I've said this recently, I've never talked about race. I'm 40 years old. I've talked about race more in the last 5 years than I did the previous 35 combined, dog. Listen, my issue waking up every morning ain't a white person, dog. It ain't no race. It's almost to the point it's not even systematic racism. It's people like me and you. No white people tearing me down, dog. No white people wishing bad upon me to my face. No white people let me speak my opinion and then call me names. It's people that look like me and you. Our fade is inside, dog. All this talk about, yeah, this racist and Donald Trump, like, man, Trump don't, the niggas around the corner scare me. Trump don't scare me, dog. I know the niggas around the corner will shoot me down.
Right.
And then get on the internet and laugh about it. Like, I don't think we understand what kind of fade we got to run in-house right now. It's always racism, dog. dog, we don't even like we don't know who we are. We hate who we are. We can't come together. It's us, dog.
Right.
It's us. That racism you scared of is that hatred you got for that man that look like you and the hatred he got for you. It's not. I'll be cool, right? If it was somebody outside trying to fight me, and you said, "Hey, I'm gonna help you fight." Oh shit, let's go fight him then. Cause I got you with me. I don't think we get it right now, dog. And that brings me to one thing I gotta bring up.
Come on.
You got the black dude. I forgot his name. My bad for not being prepared. You got the black dude who had the white baby mama.
Yeah.
And she killed him.
Right.
Mhm.
Whether it be accident or not. We had black women on Twitter saying, "Oh shit, that ain't our fight. He dead. He didn't like black women." Listen, dog.
I'm seeing
When
a lot of
the
that.
fuck did y'all become so tough that y'all can make fun of somebody that's dead? So because he didn't like black women, fuck his black mama, fuck his black auntie, his black sister, his black female cousins who are fucking going through hell because they just lost their family member.
Right.
We're gonna laugh at them and say because he didn't like black women, but you gonna laugh at the pain of one. I think that the internet has drug niggas so deep down the hole right now that we so gone from reality, dog.
Yeah.
The internet is beating y'all ass right now. The internet ideology is kicking y'all ass right now. People on there, "Oh, he died. That's what he get." Like, bro, come. I kind of take it personal, dog, because I done lost a lot of people, dog. And I know how much somebody in your family dying, especially at the hands of being murdered, how that changes everything. That changes everything about you. It angers you. It depresses you. It does everything. We got people online like, "Oh, that's what he get." Like, damn, like how far? And this, the first time I seen that happen, not the first time, but when Kevin Samuels died, and I was like, what are we like? How far? How many more bad characteristics from our oppressor are we gonna pick up, dog?
Come on.
God, my bad, I had to run on
Nah,
that.
go ahead.
That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. He died. I'm like, damn, he didn't like black women. But the person who put the story up was his sister. She's black. So you gonna laugh at that black woman? Like, come, I just get it. I never go off on this on social media too much because I know that's really not in the heart. That's not they thinking. That's just how the internet has made everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when we was talking about the 50 and the herb situation and smoking that. Like people, that's just how he is. Like, when did y'all get so tough, dog? Only people I know that do that make fun of somebody dead is the person that killed them or the person that died, killed somebody on their side and they got them back.
Do we think that black women do not want to be criticized at any point? Do black women say, "I don't care what's wrong with me or what you think is wrong with me. You better not say it. My sister got to tell me." I see that.
Hey,
Women have to tell each other that.
where do you think
But
they get that from? We were just talking about it maybe like 5 minutes ago. Where do you think they get that from?
in terms of like generationally or just like
Just overall.
their mamas?
I don't
They
think
mamas.
black women was like this 15 years ago, 20 years ago. I don't
Facts.
think they was like this.
Fact.
I think the internet rhetoric, liberal politics, I think all of that started with that. I think that's all bunch in one. I think so much, and people like, you always blame it, but I think we really have to deep dive on this. That is liberal sense of when you see certain women jumping up and saying, "Oh, it's me and accept me for who I am, even if I'm shitty." That's really not black women historically,
Right.
dog.
That's true.
That's not historically who they are. So that's why sometimes when I see it, I don't trip too much because I'll be like, I know that's not who you really are. I get it. We're on the internet. The internet will bring out the worst in us. It brought out the worst in me. My God, I looked at a post I had like 13 years ago. It was like 2010. I said, I'm in a dope spot right now. I'm like, damn, boy, you posted that shit on knowing if you had got caught, boy, you'd have been in jail cell crying. Like I was like, you posted that. But I said it to say the internet brings out the worst in us, bro, and the stupid in us. You feel me? Because
Right.
I'm looking like, damn, you posting that shit like that? You tripping. But I don't think that's who they are. I just think on the internet, it's like a different dimension. And it's like we all have to kind of change to get in that dimension and we try to adapt. So when you get people making fun of people dying and this, it gives you an alter ego to be a certain way. I be like, I know that's not who you really are, so I get it. But I think when we get to the point where we're taking people dying and people heartbreak for granted like that, that's cruel shit. That's not black people shit, bro.
So I got a question.
Come on,
Are we
bro.
picking on black women?
Do I think you're picking on us?
No. And I don't mean me as in terms of like us right now on the show. I mean in general, because I've had these same conversations and I've been accused of I'm always blaming women. I think it's black women's fault all the time when I bring up certain issues. And you're just like I never listen to your podcast.
No, I don't think. Okay, this is just my opinion. Do I think black women are always being blamed? No. Do I think black women are the catalyst for a lot of stuff? Absolutely. I just feel like I gotta be careful with what I say. I feel like certain things that go against our norms. I feel like we support things based on our emotions. I feel like we support things not really based on logic uh and future outcomes, like things that deal just like with right now. And there has been, in my opinion, the image of the black woman has changed in the last 20 years, I think. So are we to blame? Well, in some forms, yes, because we are part of the black family. You know what I mean? So I don't think that we are where we used to be and so forth. But if you tell us, not me per se, but when you tell us something, it's easier to attribute the behavior onto you than to take accountability and to change our behavior, because that brings about conviction. And who really wants to be convicted and say that they're wrong? I mean, who really wants to? It takes a lot. And with that comes change. And it has to be immediate, consistent change. And it's kind of like you said, with the internet, they've made it okay to be that way. And so it's kind of like you just kind of fall. Again, we like to be entertained. We like to be our back rub. We like our ego stroke. We like to feel good. And it doesn't go against the grain. And that's crazy because it can go against the grain and could be right, and we'll still argue it. And it's like, well, how could you not? It's weird.
I think what we're seeing too, when we talk about liberal politics at work, I think you're starting to see, we never think about history in terms of like the time it takes for it to actually happen, analyze and put the data together, right? So when you think about the liberal politics of just housing and men not being able to be, we've heard this all, like we've heard this a bunch, right? But we then don't realize what that looks like in the long term. So over the course of 20 to 30, upwards to 40 years, you have a situation where, okay, this is the effect of single parent homes. This is what this looks like. I think we said this a couple shows ago, like, if someone's never seen that marriage happen, or there's just no way that they're going to actually be able to take that into their adult world, their adult life. So I think what you see now is you see a woman who is insanely independent.
That's a problem within itself.
Kinda. Independent, who is empowered to be alone, who thinks of herself.
But want a husband.
Because innately, that's what you want, right? But under her terms, and she can have the babies because there's all of the assistance that's going to allow her to do this. So she has no reason or incentive to listen to a man. Black women don't. Unless he is King Dingling.
You know what?
And a millionaire.
I think
yeah, I agree.
I think we was asking who to blame. I think you gotta blame men as well, because it's a group of men that excuse the behavior and be like, like if you address it, it's gonna be like, nah, you can't say that to her. You got like, listen, I just think that I just think that at some point somebody gotta stop the bleeding, bro. You feel me? Somebody gotta put the stitches on this shit. Right now we putting band-aids on a gun wound like a motherfucker. Like somebody gotta be like, hey, this is enough. You feel me?
Right.
Like enough is enough. But I think this is what you get when you got a matriarch society, community, environment. You feel what I'm saying? Like I always said, my family kind of not in disarray, but it ain't what it used to be. The minute my daddy died, everybody kind of just my old man around. You're not bringing that shit around.
Right.
You're not when the authority figures the man. You're not doing that, dog.
Right.
You're not doing that because you know you got to answer that man. But I just think at the end of the day, that's where the black community suffers the most. Like I always say, all our problems are like branches on the tree. At the root of that tree is the family structure. You know what I'm saying? The lack of marriage, community. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't have a community without marriages, bro. Without married people. You feel me?
And that's kind of like when I talked about us having a matriarch society.
Yeah.
That's when, you know what I'm saying, the lady that I was having this debate with was like, oh, you're just always blaming women. I'm like, how am I blaming women by saying it's a matriarch society and this is the fruits of that? Because you got to also look at the flip of that too is look at the men that were raised solely by women. There was no other men around. Look at how their conflict resolution, operational system, I should say, is for them as adults. It's kind of difficult in terms of how they just deal with men as a whole. I think that's when you get, look, just like with these rappers, we've talked about this before, bro. You just crashing out online emotionally. Not Kanye, though. I think that's different.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
completely different situation.
Let's separate. Like the Kanye West crash outs are different and should be examined. But crash outs where it's like, oh, I'm just, you gonna make me pull up on you. Like, honestly, bro, I'm not saying nothing online that I'm not gonna be for. I just think that that's a very problematic. Like if you're gonna bring this type of attraction to you, some of these guys, the way they be talking online, it's like I just think that in itself shows your lack of conflict resolution. And I'm gonna reach out to somebody. I want to get into this DM. Don't show the I hate that. Don't do that. Don't screenshot DMs and shit like that.
Come on,
because people do shit like that. Let's talk about it. Let's get on the phone and let's really see what we have going on if it's that egregious. I do think the 50 Cent, man, he going at Joe Budden now, dog. Did you see that?
Yeah, Joe Budden is a open book, dog. So it's hard to embarrass someone like Joe Budden. Joe Budden told you he was on drugs, on crack. Joe Budden, many people didn't listen to Joe Budden rap, but when Joe Budden used to rap, Joe Budden used to rap about this. Joe Budden used to rap too fucking long, explain his whole life, every song.
Right.
That's one thing I used to hate about him. But Joe Budden was a phenomenal rapper, especially in songs like Dear Diary. That's what he did. It's gonna be hard to like expose somebody like that because he always open book. But that shit 50 do, I'm gonna post your benches. Listen, dog. Listen. I'm gonna tell you what I told somebody the other day. If two people get into it, you know who and one of the people start talking about personal stuff and bringing up personal stuff, I immediately believe the other person. I immediately believe the other person. Like if y'all two got into it right now and you say, yeah, that's why you had some dirty draws, and then I'm be like, okay, I'm on her side now. Cause I gotta believe, cause that's just not so when women do it, it's out of line. When men do it, it's just like, come on, dog.
Can somebody grab that other lemonade? If y'all don't mind.
Anytime. That's my
well,
rule.
Not other, but the lemonade. If there's any left out there.
That's my rule. Two people get into it. Whoever get personal and start throwing out the dirty laundry, I believe the other person immediately. Tonight's conversation shit happened. What's the girl name? The Keita, the animated one, not the Kitty, but Keita, the animated one. She starts saying the personal stuff. I immediately start believing the Keita Rose girl, the Kitty Rose girl. I immediately like, oh yeah, I believe her. That's just a telltale sign. Anytime people start doing that, oh yeah, thank you.
And you know what? I actually rock with her too because I think she handled it well, and she came back and approached. Yeah, come on, man, we good. You know what I'm saying, dog? Hey, the charm hour is different.
Yeah.
There are no rules here, dude. We can do whatever we want to do, except for smoke. Yeah. We can't smoke in here. If we were smoking in here, but we don't want to do that.
Yeah, you can't. Hey, look. I posted that shit on TikTok too. I was like, motherfucker be fake as hell. We cool as hell. I do all this shit. We fall out. You say, yeah, you did this, and this. You know what I mean? Like, damn, so you was with him when he was doing all that fake ass shit. It was cool then. Now it's time to run the script now that y'all ain't cool. Hey, knock it off, bro.
I think everybody's like that. I mean, and that's even how you see in these posts now talking about Big Meech is lame. Like what?
What?
Why are y'all think and now he's lame after all this time y'all been chanting his name and music and
Black
talking
people
about
fickle,
him?
dog. Big Meech, like you ain't heard that nigga say one thing. All you seen him smile with that dumbass chin strap beard he got. That's all Big Meech did. He ain't did but smile and take pictures and probably get some money and come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Now they're about I seen Floyd Mayweather
Yeah.
posted up with him and
Yeah.
you know Lil
Yeah.
Meech or whatever, man. I think to say Lil Meech wasn't no real actor, I think he turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't watch the Big Meech, like I didn't watch the whole.
It got fucking ridiculous. When they had Meech in Atlanta meeting with Tupac, that's when I lost. That's when I lost. It lost all credibility. Because why is Meech with Tupac, bro? At no point in history did we say this is a thing. I was waiting for the next season so he could come down. He was moving his operation to city to city, which he really did. You feel me? But
right.
He was gonna come down to Houston, meet Jay Prince and DJ Screw, and they was gonna have a shit. Like, bro, knock it the fuck off, bro.
How do other cultures view us?
I don't know, gang.
I mean, I ain't tripping. We still got some light. It's all right. When I guess the battery only lasts for so long. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I ain't tripping. How do we think? And we ain't gonna go too much longer anyway. How do we think other cultures view us? Why is it so many deep sighs?
Yeah, because okay, this is one of those questions to where when you answer it, it can seem very demeaning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they take us seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I even feel like you can go and get a degree, but you may not be educated.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, as far as reading and being knowledgeable,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, and I've said this before, I feel like Black people now are the children wandering in the wilderness.
Mm.
And I've connected many examples to that. We're just wandering around, trying to really find our way. And what makes it worse is the fact that we're at home and we're confused.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever walked into your house and walked into another room and been like, "Why I come in here?" That's us.
Now I said Black people,
Us.
African Americans are the children of this world. I think I'm not a huge proponent of putting too much thought and processing what somebody else think about me because I know you could think of me as like this highly decorated. That's almost sound like firecrackers almost, but that you can almost as black in the black terms, you can almost think that I'm such a high guy and I make one mistake and then you think I was never shit.
Mhm.
But I say that to say this. We the only culture, race that allows our worst to be seen and praised, and we praise in front of everybody.
Now,
Our
I
worst.
definitely agree with
We
that.
like the worst. Like we let people with no talent, no smarts, no character, no morals, and we'll put them up front, and we'll be like, "Yeah, that's our person. We rooting for you."
Right.
Other cultures not doing that.
Right.
Asian people not putting. They not putting those people out front, bro. Even the Mexican people not putting those people out front. Bro.
Right.
White people not putting the trailer park trash out front, bro.
Right.
Why the fuck do we put the worst of the worst out front, bro?
You know what? I see. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit back in history. I think because we don't really know who we are. We are Americans, but who are we?
Mm-hmm.
Chasing whiteness.
Yeah. And here's the thing: when you have been riding the coattail of something, and let's say they cut that piece of material off, what do you identify with?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, and I think it's because of that is why there's so much confusion. I really don't. Other than being American, what's our identity?
I think that's it. I think we have to be comfortable with that and put pride in that, but look at where we were when we were progressing as a people. We had our family units. I think that's the only disruption that's hurting us the most right now is we don't have the family unit that we once had. We've always been black. I
Yeah,
mean,
we've always
we've
been
dealt
black.
with being black the entire time. We've dealt with the oppression, but we've dealt with it together as a family. And right now, you just don't have that. I mean, we have like he said, these in-house phase that we have to work, right? It's just we're so fragmented. We're more fragmented now than we've ever been before. And we have so many different beliefs. And we just don't. And then we have this, I'm gonna say pseudo gender war. Because I don't really think we have a real one. It's kind of like a cold war, but it's cold as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we are disrespecting each other at an all-time high online. And I think we are seeing it on the background as far as breakups and all that other stuff. But it's just entirely too much going on inside of us to even recognize, where we need to be centered at, because we've just gotten rid of that. But we've always been oppressed. That's why I'm not tripping about and I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I will. That's why I'm not tripping on Donald Trump. Oh, what's gonna happen next? It's like, what you mean? What you mean what's gonna happen next? My people came out of slavery. We were looking next forward, not next backward. We're not trying to skip and go back up the playlist. We listened to the album. We want to see what's on the other side of it. So how do we even group ourselves with the people that we're grouping ourselves with in terms of these different minority groups? Like, how are we actually grouping ourselves? Because middle class white America that think that they're different is not the same as you.
Oh no,
Your
absolutely
struggle
not.
is totally different. But what they're gonna say is, because I'm